Right, I've nearly snookered myself, Doug, but we've got a long straight one. We can get on the black if we pot it.
Now on the black.
Just scraped in that one. Not ideal on the black, but all we can do here is just roll it in dead weight and try and finish on the red that's next to the black. So nothing to do with the cue ball here, just a little bit of topspin. Just try and roll it in dead weight. Nicely on the red here. It's important not to finish straight on the black all the time, so just roll it in and leave myself about a 7/8 black. That's quite nice. Nicely on the black, choice of two reds. If I hit it too hard for this one here, I'm going to be on this one here. So I'm playing two shots in one here. A little bit of left-hand side just to bring it around the angles. So there's the two cushions. Nicely on the top red. Now, because of break building purposes, I've got to get rid of this red as soon as I can to make this red clear. But I don't quite have the right angle. Well, I can play it here. I'm going to play the run through, just flick off this red, once again go through to the black. So I'm playing the slightly more difficult red, just for break building purposes, really. See now quite clearly that's opened up another red into play. That this time is the only red I can play for. Just screw on and off the cushion, try and finish top side of the red.
So you're always thinking a couple of moves ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, because when you're going for a big break, Doug, you've got to have options all the time. This time, quite clearly, I need to leave some sort of angle on the black to either go into the pack or play for loose red. So I'm going to try and finish low on the black here. See, purposely finished top side of the black. Don't have the ideal angle here, so it's just a run off the cushion. I can only really play for one red here, but I've got to try, and if I'm going to get on the black, I must try and finish high on this red. So I'm playing nothing with the cue ball. And there's the cue ball, just purposely finishing high on the red to make sure it's quite easy again for me to go into the black. This time, because we've only got one red, it's paramount importance now that if I do get on the black, I really need to have an angle to go into the pack, because I've only got now one loose red I can play for.
Right.
So it's just a slow roll on and off the cushion to make sure that I leave myself this angle on the black to now go into the pack. When I do a lot of commentaries we do now, this is what is a very difficult pack. If you went full ball into this ball here, it's very difficult to get the white ball away from the pack. So what you really need to do is hit one of them half ball. This is where a little bit of luck comes into getting guaranteed position.
Yeah, and the pace is important.
Pace is important, yeah. So I've got the half ball nicely. Put a red on the cushion, which doesn't help, but we do have the one red available into the middle. If that had been John Higgins, that'd have been perfect, but you know, there's... Now there's a slight gap through the gap of the reds here, which is the only way I can possibly get onto the black. This is a bit of a delicate shot here, so I'm going to try and play the pot into the middle and try and go through this gap. Now it doesn't matter if I kiss, as long as I don't kiss one full ball, I've got a chance of the white ball forcing through here. So that's the idea here. Well, I've actually gone straight through the gap, amazingly enough.
Played that too well.
Yeah, played it too good. Now we're in trouble here. Well, because it's a difficult black, we're going to have to be forced into playing the kiss on the red that's on the cushion and hopefully knock it over the middle.
A tough shot, this one, Willie.
Absolutely. Well, now it's getting quite exciting because I've potted 6 reds and 6 blacks, so now in my mind I'm now thinking of going for the 147. Now it's essential not to get straight on any black. So this time a little stun run through on the red.
Yeah, this one rather than this one?
Yes, this one here, yeah. No, the outside one.
Well done.
And we've got a nice angle now on the black to do as we wish, you know. Not many loose reds now, but I think we've just about got a plant in the middle.
And so rather one really difficult ball at the moment, isn't it?
The one on the cushion.
Yeah.
But rather than risk going into them not getting on anything, because this plant's not too bad, it's not exactly set, but to keep the break going, I'm just going to stun the white on and off the cushion, try and finish in here, so I've got nothing to do with the plant but draw back again for the black. So nothing to do with the cue ball, stun on and off the cushion, just come nicely out for the plant in the middle pocket. Quite lucky the plant was there actually, but this time the plant looks almost a certainty, so as long as I don't finish straight on the black, obviously with playing the plant this time it's going to open another 2 reds into the open, so hopefully we'll get on the... So now we've got a few more reds into the open. This is where it gets tricky. Even though the reds are all nicely situated, there's nothing that really goes in the pocket where the natural angle from the black goes. So this is where I'm going to have to risk a kiss. These 2 reds are available, so any kiss on any of these reds is bound to leave me nicely on the 2 reds.
Yeah,
so I'm just rolling the black in dead weight, no side, on and off the cushion, and into an area where I can get a kiss. Now any sort of kiss is bound to lead me reds to get onto the black, And if I get a bad kiss and not straight on these two, we'll have an opportunity probably of potting one in the middle.
So it can't go wrong then.
Hopefully not. So it's just drifted by the black, and it's just a case of getting the pace right.
Because I've said this before, but it's the absolute certainty where the cue ball is going.
The thing is, if I start finishing straight, or this side, you're then struggling.
Yeah.
If you're going to get, when you're going for 147, a lot of the time it's better to finish high on the black than it is low, because if you finish low, you've now, to stop the cue ball going into baulk, you've now got to be playing cannons on reds. Whereas high, you've always got the chance of playing one cushion, two cushions, or just straight up here, or round here. So you've always got many more options when you're high.
Yeah. Let's just put the pressure on you a bit. 6 reds left. We've already had 9 reds and blacks. How many 147s have you had in your long and illustrious career?
169, but not many lately. The last 3 or 4 years have been, you know, about one a year, really. I'm really not as good as I used to be.
One in the UK?
I had one in the UK Championship. I got £5,000 for it. If I'd have done it the next day, which was a television stage, it would have been 100,000. What's 95 grand between friends?
Lucky whitehead, I will.
Right, we've got a red here that's clearly available. Rather than risk playing a cannon this time, because once I get rid of this red, these two are available here as well. These two are in a nice position to pot in that pocket, so no need to play a kiss here. The natural angle from cue ball is going to hit this red. So I'm going to have to play with a little bit of left-hand side, just to widen the angle. But this is one of those situations, Doug, where I say it's no good me finishing low.
Yeah.
Because then I've got to go all around the table for the black. So I must finish high. If necessary, finish here, rather than be perfect, because it's very important going for a maximum to get the right side. So a little bit of left-hand side. That's just about perfect.
Yeah. Haven't come too far, which is
this is if I'd have finished here, you see, I would have to go in and out of baulk, and then it would be virtually, you know, in the lap of the gods to where the cue ball finished. Now in potting this red, everything's available, so nothing to do with the cue ball. On and off the cushion, plain ball, and try nicely on the black again. Now this is one of those situations where it might be time to make a risk. This is going to be the problem ball. I know that the angle I've got here, I'm automatically going to kiss the red, and I think it's time to risk playing the kiss. Any sort of kiss, these two reds are available into this corner pocket.
Right.
Now I might not get another chance to play this cannon. Now also, if I play the cannon bad and the white stays on the cushion, I've still got the choice of these two reds to go on the black, so this would be the time I would be playing to knock this red out.
So you're always looking for an opportunity for this one, isn't
Absolutely.
it? It's not a case of leaving it until you have to take it on.
It's no good getting 4 reds and 4 blacks, and then all of a sudden you finish here on, and then we've got a red here, because then you've got no chance of moving it. So we're going to try and knock it over the middle, but hopefully be on these other 2 reds at the same time. See, the white has finished near the cushion like we thought, but we have brought the red into the perfect position. Now, if I can just roll this straight one in, we have really got a serious opportunity here.
And now we're getting a little bit excited, aren't we?
I'm getting excited even in practice. Of all the 147s I've made, even in practice, I've probably potted 15 reds and blacks, I don't know, 200 or 300 times, and then he made 169 maximums, because you still get excited. Even if it's in practice, it's still a buzz to get a 147.
No easy shots then, are
Absolutely. Now, this is a little bit tricky, but we're going to try and just roll it through. You've got to keep very, very still on this shot. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Well played, Willie.
Yeah, a little bit.
That wasn't an easy one.
No, it was tough. We have got the 1 red only now. Now, I'm going to play for this red, but once again it's a situation, Dougie, with them being very, very close. If I finish here, I'm going to have to play the cannon, and the cue ball might not push through for the black. So it's another situation here where I've got to be a little fraction high. We've got now the reserve. So as long as I come high, if I come too high, say here, I've got the one in the middle. So it's a similar shot again, just a little bit of side, just to bring it to a wider angle off the cushion. Now that's just about
get that black. Well, you
please do,
because this is a
real good chance. Nicely, a real good chance. Quite clearly here, I'm going to get a slight cannon on the reds when I'm running through, but that's no cannon on the reds when I'm running through, but that's no problem because it's not going to stop these 2 reds potting. So it's just a plain ball run through, nothing on the cue ball, just run through, plain ball. You know, any sort of kiss was bound to be good there. This is one of those times where it's slightly a bad shot because I finished nearly straight on the black. Now, we've got the loose red, which is always going to be the saviour. I'm going to have to risk going around 2 cushions here. I really want to get somewhere in this area, so I've got a choice of all 3. In this time, it's very difficult to play for 1 red only, because with the tension and things of going for a 147, it's always best to give yourself options. So stun around 2 cushions and try and come into open play. That's pretty good. Bounce.
Come on, come off the cushion.
That's not too bad, Doug.
Yeah,
not
you've
too
got
bad.
a chance.
The angle
How big a part does adrenaline play now? You're now within
this is
touching distance, aren't you?
I would now be thinking this is a real good chance. If this cue ball had finished an extra 2 inches higher, this would have been a certainty to pot this red, run through for the black, and then a real good chance. But the angle I have on the red, I'm actually going to have to force through this red. Because if I just play it dead weight, the cue ball is going to stop here somewhere after kissing this second red. So I'm going to have to rely a little bit on the lap of the gods where the other red's going, but force through the red. That's not too bad. The red's... I was worried really about losing this red towards the cushion.
On the cushion. But you're okay.
This is nice. Now, this now is the problem ball. No problem with that one to get onto the black. So this is a situation where even though there's only 2 reds left, I have the opportunity of playing for both reds. What would be in my mind here is potting the black, coming off the cushion, and finish it anywhere around the pink. Because I know that if I get on the pink, on this red, I can just roll it in for the black. If I go past the pink, I've got the red in the middle. So really, anywhere in this area, I'd ideally like to play this one first, because that's going to be my problem ball. So a little bit too hard for the one I wanted to play for, Doug. Well, you know, I needed really to finish there. So now we've got no problem in potting this red and getting on the black, but this is where it gets really important. I've not only got to pot the red and get on the black, I need to get onto the black reasonably well to be able to get into this red. The natural angle is not good. So a little bit of side here to go round the back of the black to get onto the black. Well, we've gone inside it. That's a bad shot, but we can probably get away with it. I actually played a little bit more side to come this way, because once I've gone this side of the black, I'm actually losing the cue ball towards the cushion. Whereas if I've gone this side round the pack, I've got a lot more room to get my hand on. Pink, quite clearly, is the obvious problem for me here, because I've got to pot the black, hopefully get the cue ball here so I can have a dead straight red to get onto the black. Now I've just got to get the pace right here, and we've got bingo, I think. Well, now it's essential now you must be on a good angle on the black. The angle I have on this red is not good, because the cue ball is actually running through to here. Now I can't risk just rolling the red in and finishing here on the black, because the black would be too tough. So I'd rather leave myself a more difficult black, i.e. leave the cue ball here somewhere, to at least make sure I've got the rest, you see. So I'm just going to play a little stun run through, try and get the white about here, and then leave a difficult black, but at least I'll have the angle from black to yellow. So it's a lot tougher black than you want to play on a 147, but
it gives you the chance of
exactly. See, the situation would have been if I'd have rolled it in and finished here, it would have been a really twitchy yellow, twitchy black to get the yellow. Because not only have you got to pot the black, you've got to get the pace right through this gap. At least now with the angle I've got, once the cue ball passes this direction, which is where I'm snookered for the yellow from blue and pink, once it passes this direction, I've now got 6 feet where I can play position.
So we don't need to be that precise, really.
This is the amazing thing about snooker. People think we've always got the cue ball on a string kind of thing as far as playing for inches. But what we're actually doing is playing in areas sometimes. And this is one of those situations, especially on a 147, where I'm actually playing in an area.
Tell me something, Willie. You've not really talked a lot about potting balls. It's all about position on the way. There's sometimes that you can forget you've got to pot the ball as well.
Subconsciously, potting is something you've done all your life, so that's the natural part. The hard part is always finishing the right angle on the ball to get the position for the next ball. People at home probably think we're playing in spaces of 2 and 3 inches sometimes. Have you seen from the discussion during this frame, I've been playing in areas a lot of times. Because when you're going for a 147, you have to play in areas. You can't just continue to play for every one of the reds to finish perfect. The angle I've got on the black now, I know is not good, but for instance, if I'd have potted the red with the rest and finished here, this would have been, especially at the Crucible, £147,000. Trying to pot the black from here, not only pot the black is difficult, but to get the angle to finish here. At least here, the only problem I've got here is snookering myself on blue and pink. So once it's past this situation here, the cue ball, anywhere here, I'm onto the yellow. So I've now got 7 feet of table that I can play to go into the yellow. This is what you're thinking about in a 147. If I play plain ball, I'm kissing the pink, so a little bit of left-hand side again. Rather than the white come off at this angle, I'm making it come at this angle. And once it's past here, we've got all this margin of error here. So just a little bit of left-hand side. See, once it's past the pink, you see, I'm okay.
Let me get the black.
Well, this would have been
think about this.
This would be a twitcher at the Crucible for 147. If it finished here, straightforward, pot and screw back. But the angle I have on the yellow is very similar to the Cliff Thorburn yellow a few years ago, where Cliff decided to force through 2 cushions to come on the green. I'm just a little bit straighter than Cliff was, so Instead of the cue ball coming back dead straight, because of the angle I've got from white to yellow, the cue ball's going to come virtually here, so I haven't really got that much margin of error here. I can only finish between here and here. But as long as I screw back and don't snooker myself on the brown, we've got a chance of the green. Well, we've just got by the brown. I didn't really get into the cue ball there. I can see the green, I can tell from here.
But you'd expect to do that in this situation.
Oh,
you're not going to play perfect shots.
There's two things you could do there, Doug. You can do what I did and nearly snooker yourself, or because of the adrenaline, you can overscrew it and finish here, which, okay, I'd have preferred to finish there this time. Now, the natural angle from potting the green, the cue ball really is taken away from the brown. So this is one of those shots where you've got to play with a little bit of check side to straighten it up off the cushion. Plain ball angle, the cue ball would finish here, but the pace I'd have to hit the green, it would probably bounce off the cushion again. So now I've got to play with a little bit of left-hand side, so when it hits the cushion, it straightens up and comes back across this side of the table for the brown. Now I need a bounce. Bounce! Ooh, trouble.
You mentioned the adrenaline fling. Golfers talk about, in that situation, taking one less club because they're pumped up. Is it the same with
we're in practice in this situation here, and I'm getting excited now. We've got a chance of doing it. The angle we have on the brown now is just off straight. I'm going to try... Anywhere in the middle of the table is essential. I'd ideally, obviously, like to finish here, but you can't guarantee it in this situation. I've got to make sure the cue ball gets past at least here, so I'm playing around two cushions, and once it's past here, I've got some sort of shot on the blue. I'd ideally, like I said, trying to finish here, but... So run through. Come on, white. Not ideal on the blue, Doug, but we're only 3 shots away. The problem ball here is making sure I don't kiss the black. The natural angle would be coming off this cushion here, so I've just got to play a little bit lower on the cue ball just to make sure I miss the kiss on the black and hopefully finish nicely on the pink in the middle pocket. Slow down, slow down. Whoa. Whew. Pressure. Well, this is perfect. Normally in this situation you would really be shaking. So nothing to do with the cue ball. Roll it in, on and off the cushion. Can't do anything else but be nice on the black. So it's just a case of hopefully
don't miss the pot.
Oh dear. Well, £147,000 at the Crucible.
How difficult was this black then?
Well, normally 100 out of 100.
Yeah.
In this situation, probably about 95 out of 100.
And was it Jack Callum said, good luck, mate? Brilliant. What can
Unbelievable.
I say? Absolutely brilliant. I can't believe it.
147,000, I believe.
£1.47. There you go, mate. Well done.
All that work for £1.47.
The great WT and brilliant